we need to encourage our children, of course, not only just be learning Aqidah Salafiyya in their lands, which is also important, no doubt, but to also encourage them to also to branch out and seek out knowledge in other countries and other lands, which is something that's also very, very important for our communities and in the growth and development of our communities. That they go out and have some aspiration to want to seek knowledge in another land and to learn and study in other in the universities that teach Islam and teach a proper belief, or they're allowed to go to those lands and sit in the hands of al-ilm. It's not just a condition that you study in a Jami' al-Nizamiyya or Dirasa Nizamiyya. There has to be an actual registered official university. But even learning Arabic and just sitting at the hands of al-ilm also is very important, and that is the origin. You should sit in the hands of al-ilm. Even though, like we said, we encourage that they try to put forth their best effort in seeking knowledge here. Because just because you learn or you're trying to wait for the opportunity does not mean now that you become lax in your learning here. There's something I wanted to also wanted to emphasize. What you see here of how a person is usually how they will be overseas. And how they are overseas in university is a major reflection of how they will be when they come back. You understand what I said? If you develop them upon a good work ethic, and they have good friends here, and you gave them some foundation here, you taught them books such as Usul Sunnah Imam Ahmed, building their foundation, because that's what the majority of du'at here, that's what we do. We're trying to build our foundation of our communities. So when they do branch out, they go out and seek knowledge in other lands, they have a foundation now. They know who to sit with. They know what's their methodology. They know they have to watch their friends. They know now what to do when they get there, when they arrive. Because we built their foundation, gave them the keys. So that's what we do here. And that's what the kids to realize, that they attend these classes to now build their foundation. Read the books of Usul Sunnah of Imam Ahmed. All these things cultivate them to build their foundations. So when they get there, they know what to do. Even if they might have a little Quran memorized, because the majority of Muslims, a lot of them these days, their focus is of Hifz al-Quran, Hifz al-Quran, Hifz al-Quran. Hifz al-Quran is excellent. Nobody's knocking that. But Hifz al-Quran with no Aqeedah is dangerous. Memorization of Quran without any belief is dangerous. You understand everyone? Memorization of Quran with no minhaj, no foundation, no proper Aqeedah is extremely dangerous. If he's able to gather between both, that's what's preferred. He's able to learn his Aqeedah, memorize Quran at the same time, that's light upon light. But if his time is stricken a little bit, he's a little busy, he has other things you have to attend to, other affairs and charges to attend to, it's better for him to have his foundation and his minhaj intact and have a little Quran memorized than have the whole Quran memorized and he has no foundation. Is it clear what I'm saying, everyone?
You have communities that don't have students of knowledge available in their community. What do you advise for the Masjid to put in place to help cultivate the community?
That's the thing. The communities now that do not have proper students of knowledge, this is why you have your children here. Now you have to make your primary focus on, let's now try to get our children in one of these universities and prepare them and financially support them to now allow us for them to attain the ilm to bring it back to their community. That's supposed to be your focus right now. Preparing one of these children of who you know is responsible and that you know they have a good work ethic, they have also intelligence, good understanding. And you never know. Like I said, you would never know what might start off slow. When you think of a person, you think they're not. Me, I'm telling people this all the time. I was one of the people I was way behind. I wasn't the smartest and brightest of people. I wasn't. Truly wasn't. I was not. I'm not afraid to admit it. I was in the back trying to scratch my head. Everybody's quoting Qawaid, Hadith, and Tafsir. I'm just scratching my head. I'm lost. But it's not about you falling. It's about you not giving up. You understand? And the main thing that will open the light of Allah to allow you to start seeing things clearly and start gaining understanding is ikhlas. Ikhlas will allow the light of Allah to now open up where you'll get to start to attain some type of understanding. And Allah will give you tawfiq. Starts with ikhlas and sincerity. Doing it for Allah. That's what it starts with. Then the meaning of the community of its progress starts with these children and making your focus on these kids. And allowing them, if you can, to allow them to listen to some of the classes online of pertaining to different types of kutayyibat or different types of mutun. Pertaining to usul al-thalatha, aqidat al-salaf, usul al-imam Ahmed. And that they try to listen to this and start with that. If you think it's a little bit too advanced, start with something small like Shaykh Abdurrazzaq's book called Teaching the Children Tawheed, which is very, very basic. And start with that. And the adults, some of the men and the children can teach them that. The book is not that long either. I think it's not that long, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? How many pages would it probably be? Like 20 pages. It's probably like 20 pages. Start with these basic books. This is how you build your foundation for your children. And adults can do it. They can read it to them, understand it, take some time out. And children, usually their attention span is not real long. You have to probably allow them something simple for about 20 minutes. Start with something real basic, 20 minutes. Because like we said, the attention span of a lot of children is not like long at all. 20 minutes, start with a method such as teaching the children of the youth Tawheed by Shaykh Abdullah. I think it's translated. It is translated. So start with something basic. Then after that, if you can, move up a little bit, just lift the bar a little notch. Go to Usul Sunnah by Imam Ahmed. Even if you just have to read it to them. Start with that. This will build their foundation. It'll get them ready to go overseas. Because once they're ready, they got all the tools they need to build. The main thing that's important is making sure their aqidah and the minhaj is straight. Because once that's straight, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If they know how to apply it properly, and they understood those foundations, you have nothing to worry about. Because they can just build off of what they have and what they know. Even if they might have a little Quran memorized. How many people out here do we see, brothers and sisters, have the whole Quran memorized and they're the most abundantness? How many people we see have the whole Quran memorized and they're the most deviated people, they're the most astray of people? Hadith wa la haraj. Speak about it and wala haraj, and there's no problem you speaking about it. You understand, everyone? Memorization of the whole Quran with no foundation is dangerous. It's not disappointing, it's dangerous. If you can gather between both, do both. But if you know your time, you have to choose between not say two evils. What's a better way I could say it? You choose your You know, if you want to choose your battles or what was more beneficial for them, then teach them Aqidah first. And they have a little Quran memorized. Because at the end of the day, he's still going to be a force to reckon with in Aqidah and Sunnah. And he's going to be better than thousands of Muslims who have the whole Quran memorized. Is it clear what I'm saying, everyone? So now have the foundation of these children. Make that your primary focus in your community now. And that's in all of our communities. All of us are trying to rectify the situation with these children.
Tarbiyah outside the box.